for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
Great time to focus on a healthy group of pass catchers. How about Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, and Evan Ingram? Because health is the key for them. When they're right, they stack up against just about any threesome in the NFL. 2 terrific wide receivers and a tight end that's hard to cover.
From midfield, here's Manning. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Throwing is Manning on third down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Now a toss play. It's a Giant. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. There are the numbers last week for Jay Ajayi. 16 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Lion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 95 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Manning. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
List 5-2, list 5-2. 46 down, man, 5-4.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Being chased out left. Yeah, he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the 1st down. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Here's Ajayi. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The veteran Connor Barwin in on the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Great. 81.
Shotgun now for Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. So a turnover-filled first quarter of play comes to an end. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Come on now. Let's go. Hey, Lou.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Ajayi. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
second down. They run with Stewart. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that one will be accepted.
Still second down.
Following the penalty, here's Stewart. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. To throw, it's Wentz. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. Strong safety Landon Collins, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, Wentz. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Connor Barwin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
The second quarter score from Cincinnati, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Solid.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kareem Martin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Now Wentz. Aguilar has him. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Come on now. Let's go.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Manning going to try and throw on third down. He finds Beckham complete. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. So there you go. Like you predicted, they do get him involved, and he's got his first catch and a first down.
And what you need to do there is just put a check mark next to the circle with his name, with his number in it. Don't put the line through it. It's not done yet. That should be the first of many.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First trip to the red zone for the Giants. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Into the red zone now. Manning. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, Manning, and it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead your ball club and keep them moving in the right direction.
Yeah, they've got that lead so far. 1 interception for him, no touchdown passes.
Hey, other side, solid.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Let's go. Great. Ram.
They go play action here on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
81. Red 5-7.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Stewart. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top as an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because, you know, the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And out and out come the Eagles. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes.
And got his man complete. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. A big play there for Philly. 65 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
For 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Man 5-7. Lefty, lefty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, with his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a play fake. Wentz on the crossing route, complete. That's Gordon. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wentz now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run again with Clement. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Ram. Great 57.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You get hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And welcome back. We are in the city of Brotherly. On 2nd down, here's Manning. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 49 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Throwing on 1st down is Manning. To the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, it's Manning. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Manning now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
If you're looking for a candidate to make that leap in his 2nd year, Brandon, I nominate Evan Ingram.
6 touchdowns last year as a rookie.
Yeah, and he's so smooth with his routes and such a weapon, not just in the red zone, but anywhere on the field. I've had defensive coordinators tell me they treat him like a wide receiver when they try to defend.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Well, where have we seen this before? This might be shades of Super Bowl 52, Charles. Eagles up by a score in the 4th quarter, needing to run some clock.
Yeah, they don't need to take that much off here, and think about it this way.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Connor Barwin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Wentz. Forced out to his left. Room here to run. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Black, come on. Two jet.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Trey 15, Trey 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Michael Thomas on the stop. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Now Wentz will keep it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He'll get it up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Jalen Mills.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The Eagles on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Get over there. Go.
Rush it. Rush it. Rush it. Sponge. 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 Go. Go. Go.
Great, great.
What's the fight? Let's get this ball back.
Two jet.
They run again on 1st down with Smallwood. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Defense.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, over here. Over here.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. Room to run inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 1st down, a run with Smallwood. And he's got this one down to the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
That was an example of excellent defense there. They stuffed them. So now it brings up a 3rd down situation. If I'm calling plays here, I make sure I put it in the hands of my quarterback and get it to a receiver real fast. I'm not running the ball here.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way,